Columbia High School, a school that shows its diversity with its students, its curriculum, and its culture. However, in some cases, concerning its dress code, radical claims have been made, calling out favoritism, prejudice, hatred, and contempt. There are many opinions as to what's going on with the topics of dress code. It's time we crack down on what's really going on.
We should clothes are freedom of expression, and that you should be able to wear whatever you want to wear when you want to wear it.
That's the opinion of most students, but we all know there's a legitimate reason behind the dress code.
Everybody each of us has our, we have our own distinctive styles about what looks good and what doesn't. And some people are more modest than other people, so you have to have a standard, and that standard is supposed to kind of pull everybody together. People have different tolerances for what's acceptable and what's not acceptable, so the dress code says what the school is willing to accept or not accept.
Okay, dress code is important, but there are people who feel that there's some foul play on the enforcement of dress code. Here's how it breaks down. The dress code prohibits clothing that is offensive or with messages that reference sex, violence, drugs, alcohol, pants that sag below the waistline, clothing that is unduly revealing or skin tight, shoes that increase the likelihood of accidents and injury, sunglasses unless prescribed by a doctor, chains or jewelry with sharp projections, headgear including hats, scarves, do-rags, and headbands while not in the hallways. However, many people feel that the standards that are behind the enforcement of the dress code have prejudice and biased origin.
There's this guy wearing a hat, and the sub told him to take the hat off, and this other girl was wearing a hat, and he did nothing to the other girl, and the kid got really pissed off, saying why does she get to wear it if I have to take it off?
I've worn this shirt about 3 times.
And how many times have you been talked to or pulled over about it?
Never.
Do you think there's any prejudice concerning the enforcement of the dress code at Columbia?
No, I do not.
Well, some people, yes, but I do not.
Girls can't wear something with the fingertips, I don't know.
Guys would wear a muscle shirt, and the girls would wear a tank top with skinny straps. The girls would be yelled at harder and fast. The guys would they just tell them to put on a jacket or something, and the girls would get in a lot more trouble.
It's interesting that while there are so many critics of the dress code, there are few individuals who have any opinion on what should be done about the problem.
Fix it? Let students dress freely? I don't really know.
Even more so, many of the students we talked to were not even fully aware of the contents of the dress code. The majority of the students we talked to were unaware about the rules concerning shirts that reference race, gender, opinions, sexual orientation, or religious affiliation, tank tops, strapped clothing, high heels, sandals, sunglasses, scarves, earmuffs, chains, or sharp jewelry. For the most part, the only enforcement seen were concerning sagging and revealing clothing.
Pretty much the only thing I've seen anyone enforce is the sagging pants, which would indicate prejudice against guys or people who sag their pants. Because I've never been yelled at for wearing spaghetti strap tops or whatever else you're not allowed to wear.
If these other articles aren't dress code violations, how come they aren't truly noticed and therefore overlooked? In the end, it comes down to merely a matter of coincidence and body type.
For example, you'll have a really big girl with a big booty or something, and she'll be wearing leggings. People will be like, oh, that's not appropriate or something, or a girl has really, certain big parts on her, people will mess with her with the dress code. And for girls who are skinny, we'll just be like, oh, she can walk around in leggings, which is, yeah, she can, because it's less than appropriate. Truthfully, it is.
You got the women wearing stuff way too high, cleavage just showing. You're here to learn, not here to look at each other.
I don't know if that's prejudice as much as the unfortunateness of having boobs.
There are a few, though, that have sincere ideas about what should be done. But these seem to be the most radical.
Last year I went to a private school where we had to wear uniforms, and here I go to public school where we get to wear whatever we want. I personally feel like wearing a uniform is good because it saves a lot of time, especially for you girls, getting your hair done, makeup, blah, blah, blah.
there is so many people not following dress code that they could just solve it by making us use a uniform and whatnot.
I think clothing in general, whether or not you know, away from our dress code, really puts a difference between kids who have a lot of money and kids that don't. It's a struggle for kids who are poor to go out and buy the $200 pair of Nikes or the real New Era hats or whatever, and they feel bad about that. It can get them picked on, can get them bullied. You know, it separates people.
However, everything discussed here has all been a result of the dress code institution at Columbia simply not working in the eyes of some.
Not usually witness to a lot of the dress code enforcement.
Dress code, I think overall, it's just not enforced that much, period, in general in the school. It's not one of our real top priorities, it seems. In Bayonne, they moved to uniforms and all their scores went up. Their ranking went up by 20 high schools. They had more kids pass the HESPA. They did better. I think that it would improve. I think kids would take it more seriously. I think you'd feel more professional coming to school. I think it would improve grades. I think it would improve the overall professionalism of the school.
While the benefits are certainly there, Columbia High School is still clearly divided on the issue of dress code. And it seems that a dramatic change to the dress code is not soon to come. For CCN News, I'm Christian Marinville.